Tell me about Operation Wasteland, because I think it's fair to say that's one of the biggest cases
Largest
ever.
organized crime case in the history of New York law enforcement. Listen to what happens to me. I don't get promoted.
Okay.
Like I'm supposed to.
Right.
28 months. He
Right.
told me 2 years, 18 months, 28 months. I don't get promoted. So they put me in another team doing Italians. That's my punishment now. I don't want to do Italians. So they put me in a team where I had to investigate organized crime controlling the Italian bread industry. Okay? And me and this guy, his name was Jimmy. He's my brother-in-law. We're out there, and I'm the talker, and, this case is starting to move. It's going to the point where we have to open up a bakery. And we're waiting. I'm teasing the organized crime guys to come and kick my ass. Because I go, how much you paying for your bread? 25 cents. I do it for 15. Oh, we can't. Why not? The association. Tell the association. Tell them to come and see me. Okay? And then I come in and take the bread, throw it on the floor. Here, use mine. I'm giving it to you for free. Let me know how you think. Oh, we can't. What do you mean you can't? I was harassing these people.
Yeah.
And this case starts to take off. Now what are they going to have to do? They're going to have to promote me. So they take me out of that team and they stick me in this team called Operation Wasteland.
But why are they pulling you out? If you're doing so well, why are they pulling you out?
Because they're going to have to promote me.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
This is the game we play.
Okay.
Okay? I don't want to work with Italians.
Right.
Because I'm going to run into somebody, and I did in the past, somebody I knew. They sent me down to a park with this guy named Ronnie D. And I'm playing basketball. And I look at the guy. I played basketball when I was 14 years old. So all he's got to do is recognize me. Another time, I'm sitting in a car, a Mustang, smoked out windows. I'm sitting in the spot, and I'm not looking at. I'm by this here junkyard. I'm not looking at the junkyard. I'm looking down a block because we got a guy that I'm gonna try to make an informant.
Mm-hmm.
And guy comes over, knocks on the window, goes, "Hey, Louie." I said, "PD." He goes, "How's your father?" I said, "He's doing good." He recognized me, picked me out.
Yeah.
So, PD, don't worry about it. I ain't looking at you, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so you get to Operation Wasteland. What's the case about? How does it start? I think it's super fascinating.
Organized crime controlled the private sanitation industry for years on end, approximately 50 years. The FBI tried to break into it, couldn't do it. Now, we accidentally, the team that I got put in, accidentally got involved. The case was in existence maybe 2 years before I got there, okay? One of the Chambers paper fibers in Brooklyn was getting harassed by organized crime guys. They would set the price of paper. They were telling you what stops you could pick up, what you couldn't. They were controlling everything. And they'd force you to join one of these organizations, the trade waste associations, which are legit corporations that are running a felony enterprise. Okay, so you had a problem with another corner, you go there, they negotiate it out, but you got to kick back. Okay, so it's organized crime. So this guy gets involved in it, and he makes a phone call to the Better Business Bureau, who reaches out to the NYPD, and the NYPD sends a detective over there to interview the guy. While he's there, the wise guys come in. Accidentally, they come in and give him a smack in the face or whatever they did. And he says, "Yeah, we got to straighten this out." And he goes, "Well, talk to my cousin. He'll straighten it out with you." He's talking about the detective. He throws the detective into the case.
How quick is that of that victim? I mean, that's phenomenal.
Okay, now we have a full covert operation going on. Now we have to protect the undercover. He's going to go to work now in this this private sanitation. He's got to learn the private sanitation industry. He goes to work in khaki pants, work shoes, and and this guy's teaching him and whatever. And we got to protect him. We got to protect his family. It sucked. Okay, now whatever information the undercover gets, he's got to filter it out to the field team, and the field team's got to go out and do the investigation.
Right.
So although he did a great job, he didn't really investigate the case. We did. Now, I get stuck there, all right? Now, this lieutenant, an Irish lieutenant who hated Italians, stuck us in a location to do a wiretap. It was a big warehouse that had 2 inches of dust on the floor, okay? No air conditioning, no bathroom, no heat. He didn't give us a table. Now, I get stuck in this team. This is hell. Nobody wants to work there. Everybody that's in this team is disgruntled. Then they find out they got this other disgruntled detective coming into the team. Nobody wants to talk to me.
Lou, why is the lieutenant, though, not supporting you guys? FBI has been trying to get into organized crime since the 50s. You guys finally are breaking the case. Why isn't NYPD throwing everything at you guys?
This lieutenant was a very, very big hindrance. He was clueless, but he had big juice into the mayor's office through his wife, and he's now passed away. He was hated. When I tell you hated in this unit. He's a lieutenant that nobody wanted to work for, and if you came to OSID and you didn't have another boss ready to pick you up, you got stuck in this team, HQ1 team. So I was here, and I got dumped into this team where nobody wanted to be there. He was just he gave us no overtime. He gave us nothing. We had one typewriter for 10 guys. This is the old Selectric. Guys were in the office fist fighting over a typewriter. We did not have a table to have lunch on. And
So you guys are the bad news bears.
we're the bad news bears.
And initially, like you were saying, you come in, everybody thinks you're a boss fighter and you're a problem.
Right.
And the guy who's basically Vic, who gets assigned to drive you around, doesn't even talk with you for like how long?
Weeks.
Weeks.
Okay. Now, he got screwed. He's got to work with the new guy. Okay. Now, we got a company car. He's got to ride with me. And we're driving for maybe a month. I'm looking out this window. This is like 2 hours to get from Long Island. I'm looking out the window. He's looking the other way. Okay. And we had a plate for the car, which we can go through tolls or whatever. The license plate number was 9ST979. I still remember it because that's what Vic said. Plate number 9ST979. Okay. So one day we're driving in, and this guy cuts us off or whatever. I said, pull up next to him. I roll down the window, okay? And I hear this guy's a new asshole, and Vic is yelling at him and screaming, motherfucker. This guy, he was an old man. I thought he was going to die. He was going to have a heart attack. And we drove off, and I said, listen, buddy, I'm not normally like this. I'm very, very sorry. I'm going through a divorce. I got stress up to here. He goes, you're kidding me. And I said, no. He says, guess what? I'm going through a divorce too. So he's constantly boiling. He's on fire. And now we start to talk to each other. And then his father's a cop. My father's a cop. He likes hunting. I like hunting. And then we made an agreement. And this guy's like my brother today. Okay? His daughters call me Uncle Lou. My daughter calls him Uncle Lou. My son calls him Uncle Vic. You know, it's just the way we are. And then the first time I got to go to do a surveillance with him, this is a true story, okay? We go out together. Now, I never worked with this guy, okay? When I was in narcotics doing surveillances, now, first of all, when I got to the team, I had a long ponytail like Steven Seagal, okay? Doing organized crime work, you want to be clean cut, no beard, no nothing, clean shaven. I carried what I called was a battle bag. It was a small bag. In there I had bazookas, hand grenades, flashlights, flash bombs. I'm being facetious when I say that. I get pliers, wrench, anything that you could possibly come upon, extra handcuffs, magazines. I didn't even have magazines. I had a 38 at the time. Because this is what I did. he worked in what's called public morals. Public morals was vice, gambling, fireworks, okay? He's a candy ass. Okay, I'm knocking down doors, fighting with guys. He's got a different job. So he says to me, you want a drink? We pull up this Wise Guy location. I'm going to sit there, take some pictures, see what's going on now. I said, yeah. I said, give me a Sprite. He goes to the store, comes back out, gives me my Sprite. I put it on the dashboard. He reaches in the back. He doesn't have a battle bag. He's got an attaché case. So I look. He opens up the attaché case. I look in there. There's nothing in it. He's got toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash, nail file. I says to him, where did you work? He says, I worked in public morals. I says, what'd you do there? He said, I was an undercover. I says, undercover? Were you going to bingo games? He goes, no, I was locking up hookers. He was running around in his panties, as he called them, sitting in bed. They call a hooker up. She come in. They make him an offer. He go, hullabaloo. And the guys would come in and open the door and lock him up. And then he'd get back in bed and have a drink and call another hooker in. And this is what he did. I said, could you get hurt? Yeah. But I don't think a $300 an hour hooker is going to kill him. So then he pops he opens up the strap, he reaches in. He's got these little bottles of rum, like you get on the airplanes. Mm-hmm. He pours himself a cocktail, and he's drinking Diet Coke. I says, what are you, a Fairy Mary? Diet Coke? I got nothing against fags or nothing, but, I said, listen, let me ask you a question. Before we go any further, you got a gun? He goes, you carry a gun? He goes, yeah, sometimes. I said, you got one now? He goes, oh, yeah, I got one. I said, oh, my God. I got to worry about this guy now, okay? I'm out there. I lay people out like a bare rug. and this guy here, nails filed. Wait, it gets better, okay? He goes for a haircut every 2 weeks. Goes to a place called Ask the Place. Everybody and their mother goes to ask. Guess what he's got me doing? I'm going for my haircut every 2 weeks. Him and I, we're getting haircuts. Another thing he did was in his pocket, he had lip medics. He wanted his lips to be okay. So he put on his lips. So this guy. Guess what I do? I carry lip medics till today. I got them in my car. I got them next to my bedroom. This guy, he rubbed off on me and I rubbed off on him. It was crazy, okay? And it was just a fantastic relationship. And we're working on this documentary / movie called Operation Wasteland. And we're telling about the case, but it's the relationship we had.
Yeah. Tell me about the story about you guys setting up surveillance across the road.
There was a location called Ponte's Restaurant. It was on 12th Avenue, West Street in the Brosis. Very popular restaurant. Organized crime guys go there every Thursday, have a meeting. So now we try to set up on the place, but they have a parking lot attendant. He's looking around all the time. If he saw something that he didn't like, he ran aside, and as we understood, he yapped about it. So we decide we're going to set up on the opposite side of the West Side Highway in a parking lot with the back of us facing the Hudson River. So the RAS end is on the Hudson River. So we're there, got all our surveillance stuff in the car, 9ST979, okay? These cars are going by. You come back, flash the lights. You're blowing the horn. You give us a wave. What the hell's going on here? Okay? So what we do is we go to the local police and say, listen, we're setting up at this location here. There's a lot of guys in here. What, is it a, Is it a drug location? No, that's what it's a gay man's meeting location. Now we're stuck there doing surveillances in a gay man's meeting location. All right, now we're sitting there. Oh, hey, Vic, what? This guy's coming. He's coming up on the right. I have to hug him. I'm hugging him now. Is he pissed yet? Yeah, he's pissed. All right. So now he's a little shy. So I would go, hey, here's the guy. Another guy. He's in the, Vic, go down on me. He goes, what? I said, put your head down there. So what are you, crazy? I says, all right, I'll do it for you next week. Come on. In the summertime now we're doing this from the fall. It's the summertime, we're out there. We got our flowered shirts on. I got big blue glasses. We got a barbecue out there, short pants. And now you got all the guys from down the village. They're rollerblading. Hi. What's your name? My name is Huge. What's yours? You know? And we just had to do this. You couldn't say anything, but this is, you can't put this in a report how we got this information.
Yeah.
But, we did.
Yeah. So,
crazy stuff.
Yeah. But ultimately, Wasteland turns out to be a phenomenal case.
That's
really
correct.
great case. But what kind of the side story is Giuliani and Bratton, they're kind of, Bratton comes in afterwards, basically guarantees you guys are all going to get promoted.
But
the undercover's going to get promoted.
We took the case down, okay?
Yeah.
We locked up. We executed a bunch of search warrants, which I can pat myself on the back. I set these search warrants up. We went out with a team of 300 detectives. The whole thing was covert. I gave you a box. In the box was the location, that. You could just go bang the door. These are organized crime guys. They're not gonna. We don't have to worry about shotguns. They're not gonna shoot back at you. Mm-hmm. They're basic businessmen that are 90% legit. They don't even think they're doing anything wrong, but that 10% is what got them off base. We got them on wiretaps and this and that. Okay, altogether, we locked up 1 week. We did all the search warrants, and then the following week, we locked up the defendants. Altogether, it was, I believe, 32 defendants to the rank of capo. I locked up a capo, and I locked up a Genovese soldier. Nicest guys in the world. Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Everybody had a couple of bodies to take. Those were my bodies, and they loved us. They loved us. As crazy as it sounds, we're processing everybody. We got this pain in the ass lieutenant. He goes home. Now we're processing everything in the DA's office. So the guy who owned that restaurant, Ponte's, he comes to the bars. He's in the cell. He goes, "Hey, listen, fellas, none of us have eaten yet. Would you mind if I called the restaurant and had food sent over?" Well, we figured they're going to get heroes or whatever. Yeah, no problem. It's all right. You guys hungry? We didn't eat either, but that's who we are. 20 minutes, half hour goes by. The guy downstairs at the door, the security guy calls upstairs. "Did you guys order food?" "Yeah." "Would somebody come down here and help us?" "Help you?" Go downstairs. You thought we were at a wedding, okay? They had veal Milanese, this, that, chicken piccata, okay? Dinners for everybody. We open up the cage, lock the other door, put all the desks together. "Hey, Angelo, do me a favor, pass me the time." But the wise guys and the cops are all hanging out together. You can't mention this. You couldn't put this in a report, but we didn't treat them bad.
Yeah.